The Tao Te Ching. The Tao Te Ching is a Chinese classic text written in the 6th century before Common Era. It was written and rewritten on silk and bamboo slips. Currently, it has 81 chapters that we know of. The Tao Te Ching has been translated numerous amounts of times. These chapters are a series of paradoxes and relativities used to explain the existence of humankind and the universe. Examples of such relativities can be seen in the quote, "When people see some things as beautiful, other things become ugly. When people see some things as good, other things become bad." The author of the Tao Te Ching, Lao Tzu, was a Chinese philosopher and poet who lived in the 6th century during the Zhou dynasty. His name, Lao Tzu, literally translates to Old Master, but it is greatly speculated whether he really existed or not. According to his biography written by Chinese historian Sima Chuan during the Han Dynasty, Lao Tzu wrote the Tao Te Ching because of a chance meeting. The story dictates that Lao Tzu was crossing the western border of the Zhou capital, Chenzhou. There he met a very wise gate guard called Jin Qi, who, impressed by Lao Tzu's teachings, convinced him to compose the Tao Te Ching. One of the earliest discoveries of the Tao Te Ching dates back to 574 Common Era. This incomplete copy was found in a grave near the town of Shuzhou, China. The grave was of a concubine of Shang Yu, a prominent warlord in Chinese history. In the later centuries, there were numerous discoveries made. However, the discovery of the Mawangdui silk texts in Changsha, China in 1973 marked an important milestone in the research of the Tao Te Ching. These texts contained 2 nearly complete copies of the book. There was a more recent discovery in 1993 in the Guadian tombs in Jingmen, China. Unlike the Mawangdui texts, these copies were older and written on bamboo slips. The term Tao is a widely used term in Chinese philosophy. Literally, the word Tao means the way. In a metaphysical sense, Tao refers to the way things are and the unnameable process of the universe. Psychologically, Tao refers to the deep and dynamic structure of our being, who we really are on the inside. Ethically, it is the way humans must behave and conduct themselves around others. Ultimately, the term Tao, used in the Tao Te Ching, is a combination of all these meanings, the absolute principle underlying the universe. Although, technically none of these meanings are correct, since Lao Tzu expressly states in the first lines of the book, "The Tao that can be told is not the eternal Tao. The name that can be named is not the eternal name." Thus, if the Tao's meaning is clearly stated, it would lose its meaning. This is why the Tao Te Ching is considered a mystic text, for there are no clear-cut explanations for its teachings. The term De is a key concept in Chinese philosophy as well. Usually in philosophy it means inner power, integrity, morality, and virtue. In Taoism, however, the term is mainly used as inner power and virtue. Finally, the term Jing. The meaning of Jing is simple. Translated, it means a book or classic. Thus, the translation of the Tao Te Ching is the Book of the Way and its Virtue. Taoism. Taoism is both a philosophy and a religion. Founded by Lao Tzu, it emphasizes the idea of living in harmony with the Tao. Taoism is not a theistic religion, as it rejects the concept of an anthropomorphic God in control. Although Taoism does have some characteristics of a pantheistic religion, as seen in its philosophical focus on the formlessness of the Tao. Pantheism is the belief that the universe is identical with divinity, or that everything composes an all-encompassing, immanent God. There are no ideas of death explored in Taoism, for its main focus is the world of the living. Tao is described as serene, empty, solitary, unchanging, infinite, eternally present. It is the mother of the universe. It is impersonal and free of desire. In chapter 25 of the Tao Te Ching, Lao Tzu states that there are four great powers: the Tao, the universe, the earth, and man. Man follows the earth. Earth follows the universe. The universe follows the Tao, and the Tao follows only itself. Man depends on the earth. Earth depends on the universe. The universe depends on the Tao, and the Tao is independent. Since the Tao is impervious to desires or feelings, it has no sense of what is right and what is wrong, rendering morality non-existent. Thus, unlike many religions, there is no such concept as sin in Taoism. In chapter 27, this is explained. Thus, the Master is available to all people and does not reject anyone. He is ready to use all situations and does not waste anything. This is called embodying the light. Wu Wei. One of the most important terms used in the Tao Te Ching and Taoism is Wu Wei, which literally translates to non-doing or non-action. It is the action that does not involve struggle and is effortlessly aligned with the flow of life. Examples of such actions would be breathing, eating, sleeping, and anything that does not involve self-desire. Ziran. Ziran is also a very important term in Taoism, for Taoism's aim is to achieve this. Ziran in English means naturalness. Ziran refers to the Tao's state of being, its character, and its lack of self-desire. To attain naturalness, one has to identify with the Tao, freeing themselves of selfishness and desire, and gaining an appreciation for simplicity of life. The influence of Taoism. In culture, Taoism had a great influence on art. Some of the most well-known Taoist artists are Huang Gongguang, Shi Tao, and Nizan. Since Taoism supports philosophical anarchism, equality, and laissez-faire government, it did not have a positive political influence. Taoism greatly influenced other religions, such as Confucianism and Buddhism. Confucianist thought focuses on the cultivation of virtue and maintenance of ethics. It is the belief that all human beings are fundamentally good and can be improved through self-cultivation and meditation. Buddhism also bases its beliefs on the idea that all human beings are good. Buddhists held rituals as well. Taoism rejected all of these ideas. However, these concepts still influenced each other. Later, Taoists adapted some of the Buddhist traditions that had temples built. Some Taoists even began worshipping Lao Tzu, although it was rare. By adapting these traditions, Taoism became intertwined with Chinese astrology, alchemy, and martial arts. Buddhism, however, also adapted some Taoist philosophies, like the idea of naturalness. Even some Buddhist scriptures were translated using the Taoist vocabulary. At the time of its creation in ancient China, Taoism was a very followed religion. Today, however, only 12 million Taoists remain. Criticism. Most religions fall victim to criticism. Taoism and the Tao Te Ching are not exceptions. Firstly, it is greatly questioned whether the author of the Book of the Way and its virtue, Lao Tzu, really existed. All the current theories of Lao Tzu are highly based off of the stories of the historian Sima Chuan. Sima Chuan's biography of Lao Tzu contains virtually nothing that is demonstrably factual. We are left no choice but to acknowledge the likely fictional nature of the traditional Lao Tzu figure. It is argued that Lao Tzu did not exist, or, if he had, the historian confused Lao Tzu with a different historical figure. Other critics question the quality of the translated versions of the book. They claim that the translators produce readings that deviate from the text and are inconsistent with the Chinese thought. In addition, due to the amount of contradictions found in this book, it is speculated that the source text was written by multiple people, or that the translators did not fully understand the language of Lao Tzu. An example of such contradictions could be found in chapters 2 and 40. In chapter 2, the book states, "Being and non-being create each other," while in chapter 40, it states, "All things are born of being. Being is born of non-being." As there is no factual evidence to support any of these theories, any of them could be right, or all of them could be wrong.